Prime. Camera. Camera.
It's on now.
Okay.
So tell your friend I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
I'm more resourceful than I thought.
My suit can still make an impression.
My video games are still game changers.
And my lamp can bring others a bright future.
Because when I donate my stuff to Goodwill,
it helps fund job placement and training for people right in my community.
Now my stuff gets a second chance.
And will give someone in my community
a second chance too.
Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. That's goodwill.org. This message brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Major key alert. Life is like school. You will be tested, so pass it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Deliberate dumbing down.
Dumb down society.
Deliberate dumbing down of America.
Dumb down public. Why would they do this?
Sensation Station Network. Radio, not dumb down.
Hey, man. We did it first last week, and now we're doing it in this is week 3. We crushing the Dirty Bird Report with our girl Erica. Where we get to the only 3-0 team in the NFC right now.
That's right.
The only undefeated team.
That's right.
So, Erica, what you got for us today?
You know, looking at that game on Sunday, I was really impressed with, once again, Sark's decision to open up the playbook even more. Before the game, I was hoping that he would get Taylor Gabriel involved more in the game, and that's exactly what he did. I mean, this kid is a weapon that has to be used, and the way that he is using him allows Taylor to get that speed going, and you just can't catch him. Yeah. You know, so, I mean, you know, I'm not like a lot of people who are overly concerned, oh, Julio hadn't gotten in the end zone yet. It's okay. We have so many weapons on our team that if Julio is out there as a decoy, that's even fine, because you know how Muhammad gets free to catch balls? Uh-huh. They doubling Julio. Even on the deep pass to Julio, that I don't even understand why they did that, but anyway, he had 3 dudes around him. You know, so, you know, he's always going to get that attention.
Tell him why what the receiver do.
So I'm going to tell you why you take that shot.
What the receiver do?
When you're a number 1 receiver and you're not getting the rock and everybody's getting the rock, you got to at least make me feel good. Yeah. Got at least take a shot me.
I forgot about y'all.
You know, right. So, I mean, yeah. Here go Matt Ryan in the huddle like, Hey man, I ain't called for 2 passes.
But no, but it's not even a conversation. It's just the look.
Just looks.
And I saw 2 times I saw Julio get a look. And then I was like, okay, the ball finna come his way. I get it. But I think Julio is enough of a team player to understand, listen, me being on the field opens up this offense.
Right.
So, but hey, inside the 20, throw me a fade. I need that in my life.
Right.
So, okay. But Sark could get to it. He'll get to it.
And especially when you have, I mean, you know, I call Tevin Coleman Coleslaw. I call him Slaw. So, anyway, the way Slaw played on Sunday, oh my gosh, it was a 2-headed monster. I mean, literally. He, of course, to me, has to have space. He's not going to make those cuts. He's not creative like Freeman is. Mm-hmm. But he was making that space on Sunday, and he had some shots going and running down the field to the point I was like, okay, he's ready now.
I keep telling y'all they like Coleman more than they like Devontae.
Of course they do.
I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you.
Devontae make it hard to take him off the field.
He does.
Devontae gives you the tough yards. Yeah. Coleman is the weapon.
So
Coleman the weapon.
So Eric, overall, what would you rate the defense this week? I mean, the offense this week. What would you if you had to grade them? What would you grade them?
Well, I mean, the 2 picks that was bouncing off people's hand, the coleslaw and Sanu notwithstanding, I think, especially in the first half, we were slicing them up. Just 1,000 deaths with that running game and with the short passes. I mean, just everything was going well until that ill time looked like 2015 pick that Matt threw. I mean, that looked exactly what he did year before last.
He got greedy.
That's exactly what it was.
He got greedy.
He got greedy.
Oh, yeah, he got greedy.
He got greedy. And Julio ran that route too. That was a soft route he ran.
He did, but Matt never looked the safety. The safety,
right.
The safety was already breaking.
Of course, he was already breaking.
Matt had already had his mind made up. Look, but again, this goes back to
lazy.
I gotta feed my dog.
Yeah.
Gotta feed my dog.
Yeah.
And you do expect Julio to go in there at least break it up.
Break it up.
Come on, Julio. But he had already jumped it, so, I mean, what can you do?
And the other 2 were they hit the hands. I mean.
Just hit him dead in the head. No, you saw Sanu. He was turning up to run. He was turning up to run.
Oh, he turned his head.
Yeah.
He turned his head.
Yeah.
Look, Marlon say Coleman got that get away from the red dog type speed.
Yeah.
He run like somebody hurting. He got to go get some. And that's the good thing.
I didn't realize. I knew he was fast. Didn't realize he was that fast.
He runs up high and he gets going.
What was the difference in the first half and the second half defense?
I think what happened in the second half. Well, first of all, defense did good. Even after the last pick, the last 2 picks, they had 2 3 and outs. So the defense actually kept us in the game. So I like the way my boy Tack. What I tell you about Tack last week? How my Tack jersey?
You called it.
Did I tell you about Tack?
Why you didn't wear it today?
Cause I wore it last week.
We gotta keep the Tack going. We got 4 weeks with Tack.
I wore it to church. Anyway, I told you about my boy Tack. He had 2 tackles for loss. He had a sack. He would have had another sack. But Grady kind of pushed him out the way and got that sack. But right. So and he had a tip. And they got them off the field again on that second to last drive that the Lions had. So I just really am impressed with what he's doing. How they're, even though I would like to hear Poe's name a little bit more, they're crashing down that middle and stopping the run game.
He's doing his job.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear Poe's name. Because Poe's job is to eat up 2 gaps.
Right.
Hey man,
that's his job.
The interior looks way better now.
Yeah.
Looks way better. And we are, the defense is keeping these teams from running until besides Chicago's breakout in the first game. Yeah. The defense has kept both of these teams under 100 yards. I believe 57 and 67 were the yardages that the last 2 teams had against defense.
When we come back, I want to ask 3 questions that I'm going to ask to you. I got them written down, so just wait.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it on the other side.
Cool beans.
Stay with us.
Connected than ever before. 90% of America's students use some form of social media, but not all of it's used in a good way. Hurtful posts online are leading to social isolation for many. Psychologists say it's bullying in a brand new way. Well, Beyond Differences and I Keep Safe are looking to change that with ideas for students, their parents, and even teachers. Take the pledge to be kind online and learn more at wearekindonline.com.
There's a power you have within you, unlike any other. You can't explain it. It's just there. It drives you, compels you. You cannot ignore it. Do you feel it? It's that power that tells you you can do the absolute impossible. The power that tells you you're more than what you currently are. The power that tells you it's time. Launch. Move. Skyrocket your life with Rocket Sports One fitness gear. RocketSports-1.com.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, She has split ends.
B. Console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C. Take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D. Help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Station Network.
Yeah. In the middle of our Falcons report right now.
Oh, man, I can freestyle.
We just trying to feed our daughters.
Oh, man, I should have brought my mixtape with me today.
Right now, the Falcons.
Thank goodness.
Dirty Bird report with our girl Erica right now. Erica got 3 questions for you. Sure. Hit it with me. Who's your MVP this week?
Woo! Let me see. Who's my MVP? I like I said, I talked about Tack. I really think, especially the tip on that second and last play that got them off the field. That was it was so timely. But I got to give it to my boy Free. He stayed breaking ankles. He stayed breaking ankles.
Yeah, he do. I like the little pad when they like pitched it and he chose the hole he wanted to go to. He just went straight.
Yeah.
Right.
What do they need to work on this week?
Once again, we did not get any turnovers. Well, we did, but Walt Coleman and his people see stuff differently. Anyway, we did not take the ball away. And I just really need the defense to do a little bit more of taking the ball away. A little bit more, Matt Stafford was sitting back there eating chips and drinking a soda. I mean, he had plenty of time to do what he wanted to do. I mean, thank goodness the coverage was there, and he wasn't able to do as much as you've seen Matt Stafford do in the past.
I'm gonna add this question in. What grade would you give Marquand right now?
Who? The defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
I mean, that's Dan Quinn's defense, too. I mean, what is he really doing except for doing what Dan Quinn is telling him to do?
He the hype man.
Yeah, he the hype man. That's what I was going to say. Yeah,
He the hype man.
Yeah.
And he dresses well. I like the way he dressed on the sideline.
Look nice and neat all the time.
Dan
I just like it, too.
Right. I saw one play, Dan walked down.
Like, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
Right.
I heard you. I got the earphones on you, dog.
Right.
All right, to take on Buffalo this week.
So listen, I did my scouting today. And of course, this is the 3rd week in a row where we're dealing with a quarterback that can extend plays.
Right.
And Tyrod Taylor can extend plays. Yeah. But I'm not so worried about their offense. Their defense get after folks.
Yeah, they do.
Oh my goodness, they got a nasty defense. Yeah. And for the first half of 3/4 of all 3 games that they played, they held their opposing teams without a touchdown. That's my only concern about their defense. But they're not as big as they don't have I think our offensive line will be okay, especially we get my boy back. Ryan Schrader, you got to come back. I'm sorry.
That right side weak, boy.
That right side, had me like, whoo. Yeah. Because it had Matt like, whoo.
Because your boy guard still, it's a learning curve.
Right, it's a learning curve, and he needs that solid help over there.
Exactly.
So, I think that still with the offensive line, and with Freeman and Coleman, they should still be able to pick and choose
and
those
the second
lanes.
Game at the new beans.
Oh yeah, and the beans.
Beans.
I mean, they like coming.
The dome will have a roof this week.
Right.
Question real quick, Erica.
Gotcha.
Somebody wants to know. My bad. Without Freeman, if take Devontae out of the equation, do you think Coleman is the same kind of back that he is?
Is he the same kind of back that he is? I think so because we also have Teron Ward, who's another complimentary back that can come in and spell Coleman. I think Coleman is like I said, get him in space, just get him a little bit of space, and he's gonna take off.
So you think he can carry the offense?
Of course, everybody says he'd be starting anywhere else. If it weren't for here.
Because he almost was a starter if they didn't find the funds for Devontae.
No, he was almost the starter last year. You remember? And then he got hurt in the preseason.
He got hurt.
And then, they remembered who Devontae was.
I want you to do me a favor.
Uh-huh.
We need to start watching this. how many snaps do Devontae play? How many snaps do Coleman play?
Well, they'll get Coleman in there. They'll get him in there for some bunches of snaps. And it annoys me because I'm like, it's third down. It's third down. I don't want him, especially at the game in Chicago. I don't want you to just go up there and get stopped by the first guy who comes to hit you.
Yeah. Right.
Can you get come and talk to me back in here so he can break some ankles?
The thing I haven't seen from Coleman, can he handle the pounding of a full game like Devontae do?
Right.
Well, let me ask you this. What's the score this week?
Whew. I think, you got to keep running. Sark, you got to keep running. Even if you got to keep running.
Yeah.
And it'll loosen them up. Yeah. And when they get loose, take your pick of the poison.
2 touchdowns?
I think it's going to be like a 31-21.
We get 31. What you got, man?
Man, I don't think Tyrod Taylor can score that many points.
I don't think he put 21 on him.
He put 21 up. He put 21 up last week.
That's against
it's going to be in the big body bins, too.
Yeah.
That crowd will be crazy.
I just don't see Tyrod. If they can shut down Shady, go on to shut Shady down.
Get a little pressure on Tyrod.
And make Tyrod. Tyrod is not a guy like. I let Tyrod drop back and pass all day. Me personally. Hey,
keep him in the pocket.
Y'all lock them receivers up. Yeah. I mean, Sammy Watkins. I mean, I guess they got decent receivers. I guess. I don't know none of them guys. They're not household names.
But I watched them, and
I watched them.
I watched all 3 of their games, and you don't know who they are, but he was throwing some dimes to them.
I think 28-14. I don't know, something crazy.
Well, y'all believe in Tyrod, huh? Tyrod must be on your fantasy team.
He could be getting around the corner once and throwing something.
And he did that a couple of times in all 3 of these games.
I have a thing for my young brothers at quarterback. Yeah. Tyrod is bad, man.
All right, real quick, Michelle. You got the list up, Michelle. Can we talk about
okay, yeah, let me.
Who the top 5 this week?
Yeah, so let me pull this up right
Give her shine.
My people are funny. Glenn talk about we going to win. We going to score 28 points. How many is
it? 28 points.
So, yes, Erica is currently 33 and 14.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
70%.
What did you say?
You are 33 and 14. You are in first place.
So we going over our fantasy picks. Not fantasy, but the weekly picks.
I'm sitting at 26 and 21 at 55%. And Glaze.
What place is that?
Right now it's 11th. And Glaze, you're down here because Glaze didn't make his picks, everybody. Go figure that.
I won 1 game this week.
So he's 24 and 23. So he lost like 13 games.
Over 500, man.
Yeah, over 500. So
I like 20, 30.
But like I said, I will put the stat up tomorrow, everybody. It came up in my Facebook mentions the other day. I'll go back and find it. This time last year, Erica was like 15 games up. So
what's that? Is that Powerade or Haterade?
And it's not mine. But as T Will said, it's a long season.
Oh yeah, look, T Will co-signing.
That damn T Will.
Co-signing.
So this week,
T Will is currently. Hold on, let me find T Will. T Will down there with us too.
Yeah, he in the cellar dweller. No wonder he co-signing for you.
Look, it's full. It's full down there. It's a lot of us down there.
Hold on, T Will. Look, how you? Okay. He ahead of me and you, Glaze. He ahead of me and you. T Will sitting at 30 and 17. London is at 31 and 16. London had a bad week also.
But everybody had a bad week. When you're looking at those early games, you're like, dang, for real.
Hey man, let me tell you something. I need to lose the Thursday game. I'm much better when I lose the Thursday game.
That's the secret.
When I win the Thursday game, I have a bad week. When I lose the Thursday game, so man, I got to start just throwing Thursday in the trash can.
Speaking of Thursday, wasn't that game last Thursday like?
Awesome. It was awesome.
It's a great game with them uniforms. The Rams don't never need to wear that again.
My eyes still.
That all yellow is bad. Like you got to watch that in black and white.
All right,
it is bad.
Well, thank you, Erica.
Thank you.
We got this Dirty Bird report.
Hey man,
I'm gonna hit her with questions every week.
Hey man, she on deck. I like that report.
Hey man,
I ain't have to pull out my notes. I thought I got to pull out my notes and help out.
No, it's all here.
Clearly I don't. My bad.
We'll be right back, man. Stay with us.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you gonna do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
I am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place mission first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Your health is at stake. Diabetes.
Diabetes, cancer, heart disease? Yeah, right. I'm too young to worry about all of that. Or am I? Millions of Americans are being diagnosed younger and younger each year. I guess it's really no surprise with how much our lifestyles have changed. More fried fast foods, extreme stress from work. 176 million people in North America consume unhealthy drinks. I know I do. Who could be next? My brother? My sister? Me? I think it's time to make a difference, and so should you. Extreme X2O alkaline water, designed to cleanse your body with just 2 simple steps: shake and wait. Not only will it help clean your kidneys, liver, and intestines, but it also helps with weight loss and anti-aging. Sign me up today. AbundantLifeMovement.com. You know, I better go call my sister to let her know about this. You should really tell a friend too, because is it really gonna kill you to shake and wait?
Hot topics.
Going to this hot topic brought to you by Dr. Kevin Dance. If your smile is becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Dr. Kevin Dance will be practicing dentistry over 16 years in beautiful Southwest Atlanta. His office is located at 3752 Cascade Road, Suite 190. Complete family dentistry with everything you need in one office. Call and make an appointment at 678-836-2118. That's 678-836-2118. Today's hot topic, make CO, is that the NCAA, well, no, it was the FBI, has made some arrests in college sports in the basketball era. 4 assistant coaches from different eras, and also some Adidas people and some Nike people were arrested today.
Yes.
Dealing with some funds being exchanged.
Yes.
Talk to us about it, man. Give us your thoughts on it, man.
I hope people weren't surprised by this, because the money game, the tennis shoe game and the money game has been going on for a very long time.
Right.
If you guys don't remember, or do yourself a favor, go watch The Soul Man, the 30 for 30 on Sonny Vaccaro.
Right.
He basically is the inventor of this shoe game, and the reason why coaches and all these people started getting paid on this.
Right.
It's just part of the fabric of AAU.
Right.
You have so many travel national teams. You have so many elite teams.
Right.
And part of the elite teams, and if you've ever paid attention and watched the dynamic of it, certain kids flow through certain camps. If you're on the Adidas circuit, chances are you're gonna probably go to an Adidas school.
Right.
If you're on the Nike circuit, chances are you're gonna go to a Nike school,
which is supposed to be against everything the NCAA
is
supposed to be about.
But again, when we start paying coaches shoe deals, we started giving schools shoe deals, and you had to know that this was going to be behind it, because the underworld of this thing is so many handlers, it's so many guys who are responsible for making sure this kid gets here and this kid gets here, while the coach at said universities, you know, they run under plausible deniability. I don't know. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
How it happened.
I call it the Patino, what he tried to do. Hey, man, I ain't know nothing about that. That just happened.
Right.
Under me. I might have signed. Like May still said, it's not surprising. You would see coaches from different AAU getting jobs at colleges and things of that nature as well.
Right.
We knew this was coming. It just that it had would you say the alphabet, how you call it?
The alphabet boys.
When the alphabet got involved, they started it. Is this the end, or this is rolling?
No, it's not the end, because what's going to happen now? You're going to have guys that they're going to tweak the system.
Right.
What you will see, you're going to see more credible people in that role of runner, in that role of, because what has happened, so many of these guys who were handlers and runners and were responsible for getting these kids to these different people, they weren't reputable people.
Right.
Character issues, and when you start getting people like that, dog, only so long they can hold their tongue. They're gonna brag and tell you that they got their bag.
And that's what happens, you know.
Right.
Somebody talks too much, or somebody
Right.
gets what they thought they didn't have.
Or you didn't land that kid
that you thought you was going to get.
I got that kid. Oh, he went to such and such.
And that's when you get to that point where this is when things happen.
Right.
Just funny to see guys like Chuck Person. We know about Chuck's long NBA
Right.
career, and
Right.
he was at Auburn, and coaches like that being involved. And unfortunately, it was.
And in basketball, more than any sport, in basketball, this is the game. Again, go watch One and Done.
Yeah.
Again, and that's what kills me about a lot of people. They talk about so much stuff. It's right there in your face.
Right.
You just either choose to ignore it, or you listen to people who don't have a clue. This has been going on forever.
And that's the thing. It's not a surprise. I know a lot of people say we're not surprised, but for it to get to this level, there had to be what we call somebody had to give up the goods.
Right.
You know, somebody.
But because you have people with less than stellar character.
Right.
And you can't have those in those circles. You can't have those guys. And I think now what you're going to see, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, all of these people, they're going to hire people who I know, listen, are you willing to put your name on the line?
Yeah.
If not, now you're going to do it right. Because understand this, the elite kids are still going to be the elite kids.
Okay,
I don't care what go on.
As long as there's a one and done, people are going to get
Right.
involved. There's going to be money involved. And like you say, coaches been getting Nike deals and shoe deals for years.
Dog, guys, it's coaches walking around here with like $300,000 tennis shoe budgets.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even wear tennis shoes.
Like I remember when they said Chris Chexy got a big deal. I think it was Nike. And I was like, he don't wear tennis shoes.
Right. He wear the same Duke jogging suit and maybe a pair of Kyrie's every day. How many pair of Nikes you think Krzyzewski got? Not many.
You know what's going to make people also look and make sure when a kid that's a 5-star go to a school like an Auburn or something like that, like, you going there?
But again, that has been the case.
You know what I'm saying? But now with this happening, you about to see people who don't know nothing about the situation start jumping in and talking about, see, that got to be some under the table money right there. There's got to be some bags on.
Think about this, and I know it's not basketball, but think about when Ole Miss pulled off the number one recruiting class in football.
They got hit.
I mean,
people in the sports arena knew.
You just like, dog, you know how that happened.
People in the sports arena were like, hey, come on, man.
You know how that happened.
Come on, man.
Like, stop it. Go somewhere with that.
Come on, man. I just think there's too many hands that touch it and get involved.
It is. Because,
this
again,
stuff is going to happen.
Because those guys, listen, your one job is to get me the best kids so I can make the Final Four, the Sweet 16. I need to win that championship.
Stay tuned. I think you'll see some more coming out of this.
But boy. Woo. There's a lot of coaches today who threw them cell phones away.
Yeah, them burners. When we come back, man, we're going to our question interview with our guys, so stay with us.
This is Coach Greg Thompson. Tune in to The Crush on the SSNATL.com.
My savings are gone.
Okay, where were they last?
Here, right before I spent them on that vacation to Aruba.
Weird. Not weird. Not saving now means no money later. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a
I
cold
want to be
day.
a football
I want to
stadium.
be a bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
I'm taking over this territory. From now on, it's mine.
We're going to this question interview brought to you by Oracy Software. The Oracy team is committed to providing full life cycle support for developing, testing, and delivering market-driven products. Oracy models when a customer engages one of us, they engage all of us. Go to Oracy.com, that's ORASI.com for more information. Maceo, please introduce our guest, sir.
Hey, man, the man needs no introduction, man. If you know youth football, you know the Atlanta Ducks, you know Brandon Morton. He joins us right now, man. What up, B?
That much, man. I appreciate y'all having me.
Oh, man, no doubt, man, no doubt.
So let's talk about it, Brandon. You know, been an interesting week for you, huh, sir?
To say the least.
Talk to us about what's going on and from what your understanding, what happened during this situation.
From my understanding, pretty much it really ain't no understanding the kid. We had a kid on our team, on our 8-year-old team that was too old. He had an uncle that bought false documents. He had fake birth certificate, fake report cards. I mean, all the way up until the end, he continued to say, hey, this kid is 8 years old. You know, if you look at the kid is big, but the kid not the biggest kid on the team, and that's where the misconception come in. You know, if you're on the outside looking in, you know, if you see a picture of this kid, you don't think the kids in Georgia can be this big.
Mm-hmm.
But we got another kid on the team that's been playing with the team for 2 years that's just as big. So it's, you know, if the paperwork is legit, and this kid is not even the biggest kid on the team, and he's honestly not playing like a 11-year-old, it's really nothing to question. So the last game the kid played, I was approached by someone. They say, hey, man, that team got somebody too old on them. Of course, the person who bought it to me, you know, they keep up a lot of mess. So, you know, I just paid it no attention. Yeah, whatever. But, you know, as the rumors continue to go on and go on, I did my homework the following day. And, you know, actually, I was the one that pulled to call the league and say, hey, man, we got a kid too old. Typically, they played the game. Well, they played the game under protest.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, a protest lasts a week. We had this over in a day because I made the call.
Okay.
Called them. I did homework, had someone to look the kid up. We have a birth certificate that says 2009, November 14th, 2009, with the seal on it and everything. When I looked it up, the kid was born November 14th, 2005. The kid came from another park. So once they told me about it, I called the park. Hey, man, do you know this kid? The park director tell me, hey, this kid playing over here too. I said, what? I said, well, you know he 11 playing 12. Is he playing 12 and under? He said, no, the kid playing 9 and under. So not only was the kid playing at two different parks, which is illegal in Georgia,
right,
the kid was playing down at 2 parks. So, you know, after talking to the director, we compared notes, compared birth certificates. I had a California birth certificate. He had a Georgia birth certificate. Wow. He had another kid on the team. This kid I had a New Jersey birth certificate for the kid. He had a Georgia birth certificate.
Same guy.
Same guy. But, like I say, you can't put the blame on the league. The league certified the kid, but, we're not professionals in, looking at birth certificates and making sure, and sometimes things slip through the crack. But the league looked at it. They stamped him. Actually, 2 leagues. The Clayton County League, they stamped him too. So, I mean, this paperwork was legitimate, So, in that situation, there's really not much you can do. Of course, we apologize to any kids that played against this kid. And, we got rid of the coach. We did everything on our end that we could do. But, I just felt like we need to come on here and clear this up.
Okay, let me just ask you this. The certification. It used to be a time where, like I say, I'm old school, I get it. It used to be a time where when you walked through this certification, you had to have, like, the real birth certificate with the seal. You had to have Is the birth certificate, the parent had to sign off on it. What goes on in certification today? Do the kids not have to have the seal? Like, you have to be able to feel the seal. That's how it used to be.
It's the same type situation. Again, his birth certificate had the seal, but you know, when you're dealing with a park as big as ours with so many kids,
right?
They come out, they certify the kids, they check everything, but then you have a makeup date for kids that just can't make it on this day. That crew, those kids didn't show up for the first certification. They showed up for the makeup certification. So that coach took them to go get them certified. And, looking at these documents, if I brought them in here to you, dog, you would say, hey, it's a go. You know what I'm saying? We all want to win games, but not at the expense of old kids, man. That ain't how we get down.
We're going to talk about that, too, because I think, that's where a lot of us are questioning, this person doing this in 2 parks and doing all this to get the kids.
AAU basketball, too, dog. He been doing it for 2 years.
We're going to talk about it. So stay with us.
Yeah, man.
Uncle Dan?
Mom? Dad?
If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them.
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside. Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
We're more connected than ever before. 90% of America's students use some form of social media, but not all of it's used in a good way. Hurtful posts online are leading to social isolation for many. Psychologists say it's bullying in a brand new way. Well, Beyond Differences and I Keep Safe are looking to change that with ideas for students, their parents, and even teachers. Take the pledge to be kind online and learn more at wearekindonline.com.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by GetSchooled and the Ad Council.
This is big business. This is the American way.
Station Network.
See ya.
We're back, man, and we're here talking about a subject that we need to talk about, youth football, and the situation that happened to Brandon and his team. Let me ask you this, Brandon. A lot of people don't understand what's going on with the kid that's happening to this, because he's having to hear now that he was too old and all that. Have you ever been in touch about the kid and his psyche or anything like that? Because he just doing what's being told.
Man, to be honest with you, I feel sorry for the kid, but I've seen the kid 2 times in my life. I don't really know the kid. I really feel bad for him, though, because his uncle is really just, the way he going about his business is bad business for everybody involved, and everybody is being called out except this gentleman is taking this kid all across the city, playing down. I mean, the kid is playing basketball with 3rd graders, but he in the 5th grade getting ready to go to the 6th grade.
So, and so let's clear this out, because this is not the team you coach. This is just a team in your organization.
Absolutely.
So this is not the team that you're with every day.
Absolutely.
So you wouldn't know what was going on really until this problem came about.
Absolutely. Like I say, we are the big park. I don't think it's a park director out there with over 200 kids just walking by checking everybody's birth certificate. And even if you did check the birth certificate on this kid, you wouldn't have knew because he has the seal and everything. So
what's I mean, you've taken. I mean, let's be real. Some other people have came at you. What has been your thing to make sure that you get the message out there that, hey man, dude was legit not only in my park but in 2 different parks? Have you been able to get? I mean, is this the first time you've been able to talk about it?
yeah, actually, this is the first time I've been able to talk about it publicly. You know, that's the one thing that I don't appreciate, that message is not being conveyed.
Right.
When people talk about it, the only thing they're saying is the Ducks, because the Ducks is the biggest, you know, people all across the country know who the Atlanta Ducks are.
Right.
You know, and so quite naturally, I expect to take a hit for it, but it needs to, you know, if you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story. This weekend, you know, we was kind of bashed publicly. I was kind of, you know, upset that someone, you know, would go on a major radio station and talk down about a situation without reaching out to that park director or something, really to get a clear understanding on what's going on. You know what I mean? So,
and that's one of the things that I've seen the biggest change in youth sport. And the one thing I do know about you, because you're one of the guys who really want to put together true feeder programs. For you, it's always about learning, about educating, and the win's gonna come with it. But you really more about, let me find a way to put these kids in the best situation, and everybody not like that for youth sports.
Yeah, absolutely. We really trying to feed into Westlake. Shout out to Coach Reed over there. He's doing an outstanding job over at Westlake. I have a few kids over at Woodward Academy also, Pace Academy, but like I say, man, we doing things off the field that a lot of people don't recognize. You know, my 13-year-old team and my 12-year-old team this year, we got a lot of college visits lined up. I've been talking to, you know, D coordinators, head coaches at some of your top colleges that's looking forward to us coming down next summer. And that's really what it's all about, man.
Right. When we come back, man, we're going to take you in the rundown with some of the questions we want to ask, because I know people are going to want to know how can we prevent this and things of that nature. So we got to talk about this because, you know, youth sports is something that need to be talked about. You know, we got a lot of kids involved. So we'll talk about it when we come back. So stay with us. It's The Crush.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Uncle Dan?
Mom? Dad?
If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them.
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
Great leaders aren't born. They're made, and not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
Your health is at stake. Diabetes.
Diabetes, cancer, heart disease? Yeah, right. I'm too young to worry about all of that. Or am I? Millions of Americans are being diagnosed younger and younger each year. I guess it's really no surprise with how much our lifestyles have changed. More fried fast foods, extreme stress from work. 176 million people in North America consume unhealthy drinks. I know I do. Who could be next? My brother? My sister? Me? I think it's time to make a difference, and so should you. Extreme X2O alkaline water, designed to cleanse your body with just 2 simple steps. Shake and wait. Not only will it help clean your kidneys, liver, and intestines, but it also helps with weight loss and anti-aging. Sign me up today. AbundantLifeMovement.com. You know, I better go call my sister to let her know about this. You should really tell a friend too, because is it really gonna kill you to shake and wait?
To Atlanta.
Good answer.
Sensation Station Network.
We're going to the Crush Rundown, brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Cricket has something epic for you. Get a free select 4G LTE smartphone plus a $50 bureau credit when you switch. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about. We're the Crush Rundown, but we're going to keep this youth sports talking, especially youth football and what's been going on. So let me ask you this, and I know a lot of people want to know. What can, if anything, and I know you told me a little bit during the break, what's the next step to make sure we can try to prevent this from happening? I mean, I know because I used to coach middle school football, and we got all these accreditation, you know, your birth certificate and this, and got to prove where you stay and all that stuff. Is there anything else that you could have done or could do going forward to prevent this from happening?
I think all leagues probably need to go to Georgia State IDs. You know, you can take the kids down to the DMV, get them their Georgia ID.
And that ID will be able to show them, because they're going to need all that too. So,
but you need it to make it mandatory because, you know, people will come with an out-of-town birth certificate.
Right.
So, you know, you'll mandate Georgia State ID. Then, you know, the coach say, hey, man, this kid just moved from St. Louis and come with their birth certificate. And you back in the same, you know.
Back in the same thing.
Yeah, so.
Now, again, one of the things that me and you talk about a lot, and like I say, I know that you're really trying to do this. Why won't the other organizations, the other PAWs, why won't they buy into the idea of a feeder program? Because do they really understand that they're not helping any other high schools? Do they really understand that?
You know, I think this is the one thing that a lot of people don't understand about the culture of youth football now. You know, back when we was coming up, if you stayed in Adamville, you played for Adamville. Right. It's not like that anymore. You may have a team in Adamville, but kids come from Lithonia, from all, you know, the kids don't stay in the same district. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these teams, you know, parents these days are more knowledgeable of good coaches. And so they tend to flock to the better coach. So, you know, parents are willing to drive 30 minutes every day to go play for a coach because he's better than the coach in my local neighborhood, or the competition is better.
But do they not understand that they work for the PAW, but for high school, you're going to have to go back to the school that's in your area?
Everybody not looking past that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not worried about the high school level. They just trying to enjoy rec ball.
And this is where we failing, Glaze.
Yeah, I mean,
this is where we failing.
I mean, outside of the city, and I'm sure, like you said, a lot of people come in. Like I'm in Cobb County, we have feeders, and Gwinnett has feeders. What are your thoughts on feeder program?
You know, I think feeders are good. It depends on what your definition of a feeder is, and I really think it works both ways. For years, we didn't have a field. So, you know, why would I feed my kids into? I'm going to use Mays for example. Love Coach, love Booby, love Redman, them my guys. But it ain't on them. You know, when we didn't have a field and we don't have lights, when it's time to use Mays Field, you know, they ain't using it. They won't even allow the kids from the community to come in and use the field. It's like they take possession and ownership of these fields and prevent the kids in our community from doing it. And, you know, coaches like us is volunteering ourselves. We the ones that's trying to keep them out of these games, keep them from being the kid that's breaking in your house. You know, they don't view it like that. All they view is we trying to save our turf that we didn't even buy. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time to come to high school, hey, Coach B, can you send my kids? Hey, man, send what number 13, man, what school he going to? Send him to Mays. No, we ain't messing with Mays. We rocking with who rock with us. You know what I mean? And I think that's not only happening in my program. It's a lot of programs. You know, like the Bulldogs, you know, he's doing an outstanding job over there. But it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like people in your community, the schools in your community not rocking with the Little League. You don't see, when you go to a Gwinnett Park, you'll see the head coach. I know Mickey Kahn at Grayson before he left. Before he left Grayson, he was coaching the 10 and under on Saturday morning. But on Friday night, he was coaching the high school. You don't see that. You don't even see the high school coaches out there at our practices and stuff like that. Now, Coach Reed from Westlake, Coach Reed come out there. He worked with our kids at 13 and 14, and he don't have to do that. I give a big shout out to Coach Reed. You know what I'm saying? He came from Florida. He understands the culture. Florida don't have middle school football, so they value their parks.
Right.
And he bringing that to the Atlanta community.
I mean, I guess I'm just so baffled because we're always quick to talk about, when we talk about inner city programs, we talk about, South Fulton, and we always talk about how these coaches can't coach and these coaches can't win state. But again, if I have a park program that's right in my neighborhood and I can't get any other kids, or if 3 go to Banneker, 3 go to Westlake, 3 go to Creekside, I mean, who wins? Who wins? I mean, that's no good for nobody.
Right, and I think that's the biggest thing. And that was going to be my question. I'm always asking about high school involvement because, like I said, me and May said we feel like we're on 2 different earths and it's only 15 minutes apart. We sound like, y'all don't do what? We do it. We right. But I did not know that. So you can't get access because, every Saturday you go to a field in Cobb County, they playing football. Right. Youth, middle school is playing on that field no matter what. Right. So you having access. So is it not, an APS is not getting with y'all? I mean, is it just not a talking? I mean, because like Maceo say, that's a great thing to go out there and start seeing these kids young. You know how much that means to know that I know that I'm in this district. I've already talked to the coach of Mays.
So to see the high school coach at a
he
at
knows
a game.
me. Right. I'm definitely going over there because that's my dude right there. Right. And so you're not getting that type of feedback. And I'm not just singling out Mays, so don't. No.
It's not just Mays.
But we're talking about, we're talking about all the schools.
APS just came through and did everybody fields over. Right. There's no reason for no kids not to have somewhere to play on Saturday. No reason. But you can't go to the school because the school gonna say nah. So
now, but do you think, because one of the biggest changes that's happened since, and like I say, I'm old, but it's so many more organizations now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where, like I say, you had, like, so when I played, you had Red Oak, you had Old National, you had Adams Park, you had Adamsville, you had Collier Park. So it wasn't as disjoint. You had Ben Hill, so it was like, so you pretty much knew kids in those neighborhoods were going to, you already knew pretty much what school they were going to. You played at Collier Park, you're probably going to Harper Dub. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the new way, though. If you unhappy over here, I'm going to leave. I'm going to start my own part. And I'm going to take half the kids with me. We're going to go over here and we're going to do our own thing.
And this is where, again, this is where we're losing.
Yeah.
And people, can y'all not see that this is the problem? Can they not see that?
Because I'm sure you would love to feed. I mean, and I hate using the word feed. It is feed a program, whatever. But I'm sure you would like to say, yo, man, that you have your school pride around your school. You know what I'm saying? We just helping you get to that next level, teaching the game to you. What I want to ask you, though, and I know we about to hit the break soon, but overall, what's next for the program? I mean, I know y'all still moving, you're doing your thing, and have there been any parents that came at you since then? I'm sure your phone stay busy.
Man, my phone stay busy, but my parents are in full support, man. They believe in me. They bought into what I got going on, my vision. I'm not out here claiming to do more than what I can do. Right. But I try to lead by example. Our work speak for itself, and we're not just a local brand. We're a national brand, and kids take pride in it. Every year we taking the kids out of town. You know what I'm saying? And they, they're getting to know, certain kids. People in California know who my number 10 is on my team. That's big. Right. You know what I mean? So
we about to take a quick station identification. When we come back, we got a call on the line, so we're going to get your caller, so stay with us. Hey, man, this is The Crush going into the second hour. Stay with us.
Well, you'll see what happens. Sensation Station Network.
Crush second hour is brought to you by the Cobb Football League. The Cobb Football League provides high school feeder youth football and cheer programs. It's funny we talking about that. Amazing. K through 5th grade. In Cobb County, Paulding County, Marion City, and Roswell City Schools. Go to cobbfootball.com for more information. We're in the second hour of the show. We're live on the Sensation Station Network and also on WBOZsports.com. Make sure we got a caller, sir.
Hey, caller, what your question on?
And Maceo Glaze, I'm crushing on the show.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
And I appreciate you giving the coach a forum to clear the air, but I had a feeder question for y'all tonight.
Yes, sir.
But say, for example, we can't get some feeder programs on the south side. Say, for example, we did do that, then, what's, to stop some people from saying, well, I'm still going to just move to this, particular zip code just so I can get my kid into school.
You know what? That happens.
Because it seems like, just like some people they just don't want to stay and go to the school that they would have been going to anyway. And you can't build up your program, so it's like a catch-22.
Hey, Mike, let me just be honest with you. Thank you for the call, Mike. I'm going to answer that right quick because in Cobb County, that happens. And you'll see a kid have to physically move into that zip code because we do zip code checks and see where you're staying at. And if you ain't staying in a particular zip code, you can't play at Cherokee High School. You can't play at KO. You can't play at that. So you'll see somebody move into a different district to play at a certain school. It happens in the feeder program system, too. It's just that the one difference that we have from the park ball, zip codes matter, too. So you got to give us your physical address. And up there are watchers who will go check to see if you walking in that address. And if not, hey, Georgia Middle School Association, that boy don't stay in that house. That house empty.
And probably why Cobb is in a better situation than the city. Let me ask you this, B.
Thank you for the call, Mike.
Appreciate you, Mike.
All right.
Why can't we get the high school coaches and the park coaches to sit down in one room and let's hash this out? Because, honestly, there will be no state championships won in the city, inside 285, without the support, without us supporting each other. Why can't we get that to happen?
That's a good question. I'm always open to conversation, but a lot of our coaches, especially when they get good, if you win, man, Gwinnett County gonna come get you, man, because we're not gonna pay you. You know what I'm saying? Like, over there in Westlake, man, Coach Reed, an outstanding coach, man. But me personally, I just don't feel like he gonna be there long. You know what I'm saying? Like, outstanding coach. Before it happens, he got to do what's best for him and his family.
Right.
And when it boils down, I don't know why Westlake won't go up there in the South Fulton Marketplace and get every business to get them $1,000. Here go $100,000 budget. We put signs on the fence, just like when you go to Parkview. And we got $100,000 budget to take our kids. I guarantee you, everybody in South Fulton to be in Westlake. You know what I mean? So,
I'm sorry. Because we went to a field. I go to a field, and you go around all the schools and all that. I said, make sure, well, all the signs there. Make sure.
Yeah, so this, so this guy, he's so Cobb County and so uppity and sedity. He want to know, hey, man, why ain't no truck parked out front? Where this, where that? And again, it's relationships. Because, at the end of the day, and again, I'm sorry because, I did this for a long time.
I know you did.
No college recruiter nowhere is going to ever ask about your park career.
Yeah.
So, again, we all have to kind of swallow our pride a little bit and figure out what can we do to make our program, the programs that we're supposed to all be supporting, stronger.
And that's the thing, man. And like I say, I want a title in the city. And I think when I see your teams doing what they're doing, I'm like, okay, what am I missing? What's the bridge to the next? And there are teams making it. Like Westlake get to the Final Four, Mays before that and all that. But I want to see it happen. Grady did their thing and all that. But it's going to be interesting. Let me end with this with you, man. Let me ask you this.
Somebody said the McKeisha system working with house money.
Yeah. Hey.
Yes, they are, Dwayne. Yes, they are.
What's going on? And tell me where the program is now, in your opinion, and what's the next phase for you guys?
Man, I think our program is in a good state. Of course, we just took a lick, but this is not the first one. We know how to bounce back. We play good football. At the end of the day, that's what it's about, is football and these kids, and that we about both of them. So we're gonna keep on pushing, man.
Brother, we thank you for coming in, man.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Hey, man, anytime,
man. We gonna talk to you.
Yeah, man. And this is what we have to do more of. We have to sit down and we have to actually talk, people. There's no need. If you hadn't ever had a conversation with the person, don't talk about them,
Make
y'all.
sure say, do you want to come in? All right, we got him right
Let's
here.
do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you, man. Keep hanging. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch. Or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie. But Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special. Sit down and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to save.
Y'all need anything else?
Sensation Station Network.
That's what I'm talking about, Mace. Is that what you talking about, Glaze?
That's what I'm talking about, Crush.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, Glaze.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about, Glaze.
Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about. Well, we get to get some good stories. Boy, we need it around here, man. Good Lord. It's all been going on around here. Everybody upset and being called out your name, being called dogs and all that. Man, we need to talk about some good stuff, man. We got to talk about some good stuff. So what you got, man?
Hey, man, that's what I'm talking about, the Greg Popovich, head coach of the San Antonio Spurs, continue to make America uncomfortable with these conversations. The only way we're going to get great dialogue and get answers, now you got to make people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Excellent movements come about when people are uncomfortable. Greg Popovich, man, keep talking about the privilege, man. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what? That's the thing, man. So he was like, look, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. White privilege is this.
But this is white privilege. Right.
For y'all who don't understand, this is white privilege, man. And I'm a kind of, I don't want to diss over, but everybody who's been working to try to keep the message going, like we did yesterday and all that, that's what I'm talking about, everybody, because everybody has tried to make this about what Trump said and all that. Look, man, the original message was an awareness to police brutality. And that's what it's been about, man. But that's what I'm talking about for people who want to work and trying to make it about more than trying to be disrespectful. You can't say you got freedoms if we can't do what we need to do to protest.
Right.
Protest peacefully.
Again, we got to talk about the conversation has to be uncomfortable. If it's just if every day is just status quo, then nothing is going to get done.
Exactly.
Nothing.
What you got, man?
Oh, I gave you mine. That was yours?
I piggybacked on you.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
I did a little bit.
That's what I'm talking about, the 97-year-old John Middlemas. He's a World War II vet. The one picture went viral. He took a knee and he said he respects and he understands what these guys are doing. And for a white guy, we talk about the privilege. Again, for him to understand the cause.
Right.
You know, man, hats off, man. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what to the NBA. NBA has been a little bit above things for years now. But they today announced that Doris Burke will be a regular analyst. It won't be she pop in here, she pop in.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. Doris Burke know more than some of y'all cats out there.
And Doris Burke can beat most of y'all, too.
And she talks it, and you can understand it and all that, and she is really good. So that's what I'm talking about. Women know the sports. As we see when we bring our woman in, she talked about the fact.
Right,
so
right.
That's what I'm talking about, NBA. Quit. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, NBA. Y'all It's out there, man. What you got, man?
Hey, man, that's what I'm talking about to Chicago Cubs shortstop Addison Russell. So if y'all didn't see this video, man, Addison Russell plays shortstop for the Cubs. He went to catch a foul ball, destroyed this guy sitting in the bleachers, destroyed his nachos. So what does he go do between innings? He go make sure he orders the nachos with some drinks on the side, and he take them back to the fan. Hey, man, that's what I'm talking about.
You know, Max, sometimes you just got to do it because, you lose your nacho, man. You're going to be high for a minute.
Right, especially because I'm probably figuring that those nachos probably cost like maybe $13. And here comes some 230-pound shortstop knocking my nachos out my hand. Yeah, that's not what's up.
I mean,
that's not what's up.
Shout out to that's what I'm talking about, Dale Earnhardt, man. You broke away from it a little bit. Earnhardt, like, I'm in my last year, man. What y'all gonna do to me? Earnhardt Jr. said, "Hey, man, I ain't finna do what NASCAR tell me to do, man. I'm supporting the people that have a right to protest." And look, we're gonna get to the point we're gonna move on from this because we still it's an issue. We'll keep touching on it, but this was a hot issue and it was made by 45.
If one sport can say something like that, it's NASCAR.
Yeah,
it's NASCAR. It's okay, NASCAR. That's fine. And I'm a NASCAR guy.
Y'all raising ain't that good either.
Right, and again,
cause one of my bucket lists, you've been there.
Yeah, I love NASCAR.
I gotta get to Hampton.
Yeah,
and see what's going on down there. So that's what I'm talking about. What you got, Mace?
Hey, man, just one more time, man. That's what I'm talking about to them Dallas Cowboys, man. Way to get out that 5-wide set, man. And let's run some I formation and get Zeke the ball and get this W. And don't have Dak throwing the ball 30 or 40 times. That's what I'm talking about, Dallas Cowboys.
And I'll finish it with this one, man. That's what I'm talking about to LeBron. A lot of cats don't want this pressure.
You will not hear me hate on LeBron no more. Psych, maybe.
He will. Because it's fun in sports. But when it comes to him doing what he needs to do, a lot of guys with that top title wouldn't do it.
Right.
A lot of cats like, man, I ain't getting in front of that microphone and calling this.
We saw the GOAT. The GOAT did it for years. Now he's speaking out now.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
He an owner. He like.
Yeah, well, he can do it now. Yeah. He feel he can do it now.
LeBron could easily, he know he's hated anyway. It's like, I'm hated anyway, so I'm like, we could go on in.
I love the fact he has finally embraced the villain role. Like, dude, I'm a villain. Y'all don't like me. I'm good with it.
I'm good.
It's all hood. It's all hood.
And just for him to sit on that podium when they said, do you retract your statement? Did I delete my tweet?
Right.
No.
Right.
It's still up there. You bum, the first two words he used.
Understand this. It's nothing he can do to LeBron.
No.
It's nothing he can do to LeBron. And again, why are you even in this realm when it's so much other stuff going on? But again, I know why you're in the realm, because you don't want the job. You trying to find a way. You want to get fired.
Yeah. I'm just going to say.
Just quit, man. Quit.
Yeah, man, because, everybody say sports shouldn't mix with politics. Well, politics don't found their way into sports. So that's what happens. It's all about the Benjamins like Prime playing. We'll be right back.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I am your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
There's a power you have within you, unlike any other. You can't explain it. It's just there. It drives you, compels you. You cannot ignore it. Do you feel it? It's that power that tells you you can do the absolute impossible. The power that tells you you're more than what you currently are. The power that tells you it's time. Launch, move, skyrocket your life with Rocket Sports One fitness gear. RocketSports-One.com.
Oh boy, we got to run through these NFL scores real quick, man. It was a very interesting week last week. It was one week where we were like, man, they lost.
It was all bad. It was all bad.
Look, man, I'll be the first to say, Thursday night had me so intrigued I couldn't turn it off.
Thursday was a very entertaining game.
Rams 49ers, man, they went 41-39. They did everything, man. So they ran. Gurley was running. The ball was flying.
Sammy Watkins got in the end zone. Jared Goff looked like a number 1 overall draft pick.
Brian Hoyer threw for 330 on that game.
Brian Hoyer is awful.
Yeah.
But
that tell you that it was with a defense.
Shanahan can call plays. Shanahan knows how to dial up plays. I mean, y'all know that. Y'all know that.
Much of people hate him, but he can put it
on
offense.
Shanahan can dial up football plays.
But they did all right, man. But I don't know if it was just two bad teams that played against each other or
two bad teams. But I mean, very entertaining.
It was very
entertaining.
Thursday usually stink.
Right.
Right. I mean, Thursday I'm finding something else to watch.
On paper, this game didn't look sexy at all. And the uniforms were ugly.
I'm about to ask you about that. How was the color rush?
The uniforms were ugly. I like the 49ers black on black.
I do.
I don't know if I love those red numbers. I'm not. Maybe if they wear a black helmet. I think they need a black helmet when they wear the black on black.
Gotcha.
But the Rams, that yellow is I mean, that yellow is ridiculous. Like, I'm about to start watching Thursday night games on black and white TV.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm about to change the contrast or something. But entertaining game. Entertaining game.
Overseas in London, the Ravens got destroyed by Jaguars, 44-7.
Blame Ray Lewis. Blame Ray Lewis.
Ray, you take
they
stuff
should
over
have
the
never
top.
let Ray Lewis come on the field and take knees with them, dog. He took 2 knees.
He take over the top. Why he just couldn't just?
Why was he there?
You an analyst now. You don't need to be with the squad. No.
Why was he there?
You gotta take stuff too over. You know everybody hit you with every face they can find, from the Samuel Jackson to the.
They kill Ray.
Kill.
Ray, you have become a mockery.
You are a trading place. And I can't wait to see the votes.
But Joe Flacco, bad.
He
bad.
He's struggling. He's struggling pretty bad. I mean,
bad.
They went to Ryan Mallett toward the end. He threw for 28 yards. Can you throw for 28 yards as a quarterback?
Who threw for that?
Joe Flacco.
Hey, man, listen.
2 picks. Because
Flacco got a Super Bowl ring, he gets a pass and all of that. I get it. But, man, that guy was bad. Yeah. And you know what? Now that defense is not the same as it used to be, Flacco gets more and more exposed. So
when do you, as a coach, say, "Hey, that ring, Trent Dilfer got a ring, bro. You need to show
Trent,
love."
Right? Trent Dilfer has a ring.
When do you tell him, bruh?
Well, it's hard for them to tell him because they paid him.
They got the $20 million on
him. They paid him a lot of money.
They got the $20 million on him.
They paid him a lot of money. I get that bomb out of there. I give, boy, yeah, that's tough.
A game I know I would have got wrong if I'd have picked it. Buffalo beating Denver.
Nobody picked that.
I know I'd have picked this wrong.
No, everybody got that wrong. I do believe. I had to go back and check, but yeah, definitely not a. I mean, who saw that?
Yeah, I mean, Simeon threw 2 picks. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, Simeon, Jag.
He doesn't look like They won't win a Super Bowl with him, and I'm very confident in saying
And I know they did the little special where Peyton talked about he knew this guy was going to be. Okay, y'all.
He doesn't do
get
nothing
it.
for me.
Yeah, it's nothing special about his game.
Nothing.
It's nothing special about his game. He needs that defense and that running game to really limit. Like, he's one of those guys, like, you if you're an offensive coordinator, you're like, I can't have him more than 20 throws because he's going to get me beat. He's going to get me beat. But, yeah, that was definitely a surprise game right there.
Tyrod Taylor, he does enough. You know, he runs the running game, and he moves out the pocket.
I just don't love Tyrod Taylor. I liked him in college. I just don't love Tyrod Taylor.
And they keep it where you like it.
I'm glad he got a job.
But you know what Buffalo do well with him? They keep it where you like it, in the 20 to 25 throws a game. They don't try to make it 30.
Right. They're not asking him to throw the ball 30 times. But Tyrod was one of those kids. They did a special on Tyrod Taylor when he was in high school. Him and Willie Corn.
They sure did.
Yeah. How'd that work out for Willie Corn?
Willie Corn
threw for a zillion yards in high school. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we don't talk about Willie like that. So, Bears, Steelers, I lost this one, but it went to overtime. Shout out to Tariq, man. That's why I had to post that picture today, man.
Yeah, man.
We saw it in a celebration, but we was like, this kid going to the league.
Right, and we sat there, had that conversation. I remember when he broke that first run. I was like, oh, okay, that may be. And then hold on,
And we had a sideline view for that.
Yeah, and we standing on the field like, wait a minute, hold on, who is this?
Y'all better read it. But the good thing about Chicago, man, they got a two-headed monster with Jordan and him right now.
Thunder Lightning is what they calling him now.
Okay, because Tariq can catch out the backfield. He's quick, and like you said, when you're a guy that short, you can hide, man.
And that's one of the things we talked about when we saw. Imagine if he got behind the NFL line and you couldn't see him until he popped out. And man, listen, great pickup for the Chicago Bears. I remember a lot of people. I remember a lot of the tweets where Bears fans were like, "Who is this?
Yeah.
Where's North Carolina A&T?" I bet you love him now.
They love him now. We had a problem with him, boy. Good Lord, the Falcons. Let me ask you this. Did the Steelers overplay their hand with this whole thing? Because now we got your quarterback having problems and you having one guy and your coach. Because it looked like they was off center with this whole trying to going out of the locker room. Could this be a team issue now?
It could be a team issue now, and now I'm back to hating on the Steelers because clearly Ben says that he couldn't sleep at all night. Right. First of all, bathroom Ben, you are a diva in the worst way. Steelers fans are really ready for you to retire. They tired of you, Ben. Right. Whatever, Ben. I'm not going to waste any more.
We're going to keep an eye on them Steelers, man, because 23-17, we didn't expect that, but
Nah. Didn't see the Bears. Mike Glennon?
Yeah.
Mike Glennon?
Long neck Glennon. Well, I tell you. He did what he did. He won the game.
Mike Glennon should never take, like, he should somewhere be able to have, like, he should wear like a do-rag or something. He should never, like, we should never see his bald head, man. Shit, man. He look crazy.
We talk about the Falcon line with the report, but real quick, football's a game of inches, y'all. If you look at that side view, they took that camera, hand on them, knee down, 10-second run. I know everybody don't like the 10-second runoff, but that's what they got in the rule book.
Now, I'm going to be petty right here.
Go ahead.
I'm going to be petty. Technically, when the play happened, and Ant Mitchell, only other person called it too, it was actually 11 seconds when it happened. So, if they got the 10-second runoff, technically they should have had 1 second, but that's neither here nor there. Golden Tate should have failed more in the end zone. He went down too early.
He died for the zone,
like, dude, why are you falling right there? You got to get in the end zone. It's fourth down. But, we regret.
What is he doing?
Jerry called Glennon light bulb head.
Light bulb head.
He looked like when High Learning, when your boy became the skinhead in High Learning.
Yeah.
That's what Glennon looked like.
Hey, man, we're going to come back, man. We're going to go through the rest of these scores. Some more upsets that
it was a terrible week. Y'all only won like 6 games.
I know I lost.
My picks were terrible this week. And I bragged that I was going to run the table.
You keep doing that, man.
Okay, I'm going to say it again.
Here we go. We'll be right back.
Hey, I told
you know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
You're my boy!
It's the Crush.
SSNATL.com.
Thank you, sir.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch, or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to say.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
If you're looking for that ratchet, you're in the wrong place. It's the nation's urban internet station, Sensation Station Network.
Yeah, no, I gotta let that ride in, Brian. I just can't jump in on that. The clapping, man. It's the Crush Man right back on the Sensation Station Network on WBLZ Sports right now. Right now, we're going down these football scores, guys. Last we left, that game with Coach Brown.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett.
Look good.
Yeah. That was a good trade for them. It looked like
you can tell the difference a year makes because you can look at him and Kaiser.
Yeah. Oh,
and Kaiser is swimming. Kaiser's gonna be good. And it's funny. Shout out to B.O. Kaiser, one of those guys. Bobby really liked Deshaun Kaiser.
Oh, did it?
Like he high on Kaiser.
I mean, he didn't do bad. I mean, he threw 3 picks. That's the
but that's learning curve.
Yeah, but he's on. Cleveland might got, and I think the coaches have it. When your coaches have, you can get a cat that's young and you can work with him.
Right.
That helps you as a coach to learn him.
Listen, Hugh Jackson has in the quarterback-coach relationship, especially the play caller, and Hugh's the play caller. So that is a big thing. And the fact that this guy is getting all of these reps now, it's going to pay dividends. At some point, the light is going to come on for this kid.
That's why Dirk Cutter wanted Tampa Bay so bad, because he jumped on Jameis.
Yeah,
early.
he wanted
Jameis. And speaking of which, wow, did you see this one? Vikings 34-17, Mace.
Dude, they out there winning games with
Casey Keenum.
Case Keenum at quarterback.
He took the wild. Case Keenum.
Dog, unbelievable.
He threw for 369, 3 touchdowns, and no picks. Case Keenum did.
Case Keenum. This was funny. If you remember Hard Knocks, one of the things that drove Dirk Cutter crazy about Jameis was he liked to gamble a lot.
Right. And he's a gambler. He threw 3 picks and he gambled.
Right. And that is the, and I'm pretty sure he told Jameis, you have to be better than that. Mike Evans went crazy over on the sideline.
Oh, yeah. But I can tell you this right now, they better find him a running game because Jaquiz, 5 carries, 15 yards, the leading rusher. That ain't a good
Well,
thing.
how many more games does
I think
he got 2 more games? So, I mean, they definitely need Doug Martin back.
They need to hurry up.
Definitely need Doug Martin back.
We have seen something, May Show, and you posted it, and I agree with you. Deshaun Watson can play football.
some guys just have that it factor.
He can play this game. Yeah. And even though to go to Buffalo and have them, New England, have them sweating, and then to win.
Listen,
to lose by only 3 to that team.
This kid, the big stage doesn't bother this kid. That cool, calm, collected. Oh, I'm sorry, Jay Hill say we shouldn't call those guys kids. That young man, they're not kids. Sorry, Jay Hill. He just gets it, and he's from the Cincinnati game to this game, you saw growth. So I'm just thinking as the weeks keep going, and again, he's a rookie, so he's going to have one of those 3-4 interception games. But to go into New England, and we know what Belichick does to rookie quarterback, I mean, it took an exceptional throw from Tom Brady for them to win the game.
Tom had what we would call almost the perfect game on that game. He threw for 378, 5 touchdowns, no picks.
But that's Brady.
But, I mean, that's what it took to beat that team. He had to be perfect.
That throw Brady made to Brandon Cooks,
it's ridiculous.
Maybe only 2 other guys could maybe make that throw.
But he had to have a perfect game to beat that kid. And what I like about
he was letting it fly.
And you know what I think is going to help him? I can't think of the guys from Cincinnati, that big tackle guy from Georgia, defensive tackle guy.
Geno Atkins?
When Geno unloaded on him last
year. Talk to Sean a valuable lesson.
He probably said, I'm alive.
I can never take another shot like that.
Do that. Now I'm going to do that again.
I can never take another shot
He took a shot, and he said, I'm still alive. Let's keep it going. But I'm telling y'all, this kid, I think maybe the rookie of the year. Go check him out.
Man, I might go get me a Deshaun Watson jersey.
There's a lot of good rookies out there. We talked about Tariq. We talked about this kid. But this is going to be interesting, man. It's going to be real interesting. Jets beat the Dolphins 20-6.
Who? Jay Cutler. See, I'm not picking Miami anymore. See, here I go.
I lost this one.
I'm going to start eliminating games now.
I lost this one.
I'm about to start eliminating teams. I would never pick you.
It was not really a great game. I mean, Jai only ran for 16 yards. Remember, he was hiding in the street last year. 16 yards.
So he was hot in the streets last year?
He was hot last year. Everybody was loving Jai. He was having 300-yard games and all that stuff. Boy. So when you got Cutler, boy, everything kind of changed.
Hey, man, Jay Cutler showed up.
And they had 2 weeks off.
Jay Cutler showed up. So, terrible.
6 points.
Terrible.
6 points.
Terrible.
Eagles, Giants.
Very good game.
Very good game.
I want to know if Carson Wentz was mic'd up.
Right.
When they went to go kick the field goal, Carson Wentz said to players on the sideline, if he makes this, I will give him my game check.
We got to follow up on that.
Yeah, I wanted the kicker hear that because Carson Wentz probably got one of the biggest game checks in the building.
I got to ask you, Odell Beckham, too far with the dog pee, or was it just Odell?
It's Odell. I mean, we know that Odell is out of control.
Yeah.
It's too late to rein him in. It's too late to rein him in.
He's an awesome athlete.
And that, so this is what, when you have a guy like this, this is what you okay.
You see the one-hand catch?
Again, he wear 3/8 gloves.
That's why I tell I'm sorry, when I did my rant.
Right.
That's one thing you point out. His hands are huge, people.
Listen, y'all, the boy got gorilla hands.
Yeah, so he can do that. Y'all can't.
He can grip the ball like that.
I go to one more high school in pregame seeing that stuff.
Yeah, B.O. say wide out, baby. And that's the thing. You have to live with this Odell now.
You said he can be the best player in the league and all that. That's what you got.
Now, will they pay Odell? Like, all of this is going to come up when it's time to pay Odell.
Oh, they're going to bring all this.
All this is going to come up. Like, Odell, now.
See where you peeing right here?
We're going to put a clause in your contract. Like, you got to rein it in, Odell. If we're going to give you that kind of money, kind of rein it in.
But obviously, Eli needs him.
Eli can't do nothing.
Offense
needs him.
Unless it's there. Because Eli can't distribute unless Odell's out.
Well, I knew Odell was healthy when he started doing the one-hand catch routine for pregame. He didn't do it that first week he came back. He did it this game.
I'm going to ask you a question about this game, the next game. Saints, Panthers, 34-13. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm just asking the question to you. Has Cam plateaued?
It's interesting that you asked this question because I had this conversation earlier in the week about one Cameron Jarrell Newton.
Yeah. Have we seen the best?
We're going to have to find out how do they play now without his favorite target. nothing since Kelvin Benjamin got hurt. But Caffrey's really the only weapon that you have. It's easy to defend that. So to be a good quarterback, to be a great quarterback, you have to have weapons around you. So not gonna say Cam is plateaued. Not gonna say Cam is plateaued. But right now, when you take away his security blanket, it's tough.
And the reason why I said it, we're gonna talk about with the break just a little bit more is it's not just that he doesn't have the weapons. Decision making is questionable.
Now his decision making has always
but it's getting really, you see it in a lot now.
It's more now because Greg, again, when 88 out there, it's kind of like Matt Ryan was with Tony Gonzalez. But we'll talk about it.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it. So make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
There's a power you have within you, unlike any other. You can't explain it. It's just there. It drives you, compels you. You cannot ignore it. Do you feel it? It's that power that tells you you can do the absolute impossible. The power that tells you you're more than what you currently are. The power that tells you it's time. Launch. Move. Skyrocket your life with Rocket Sports One fitness gear. RocketSports-One.com.
This is Bobby Yoller from the Ohio State. I'm kicking with the Crush on Sensation Station Network.
We back at Maceo giving a kidney.
That guy just like to argue, man.
And I mean, 34-13. I didn't see this one. I'd have lost this one too.
Yeah, right.
Saints going into Carolina.
The Saints
ain't no
on
way
the
in
road.
there.
Right.
Cause they've been looking terrible the first two games.
Dude, the Saints gonna cut Adrian Peterson. They either gonna cut him or try to trade him, but nobody wants him. So
Either way, I mean, they're gonna have to. He's in the way right now. But I just had to ask that question because I mean, it's almost going on 2 seasons.
we're gonna find out a lot about Cam this season with Olsen being out for the rest of the season.
Because I mean, he won the MVP a couple years ago, and he came back the next year. He had the bad year. It wasn't great last year. He hasn't started off great now. Have we seen the best out of Cam?
Something happened when he didn't dive on that fumble at the Super Bowl. Something happened. His MVP powers went away. Maybe he needs to bring back the dab. Dab on him, Cam.
Migos gonna make this up.
Dab on him, Cam.
Another game I lost. Titans. I'm just seeing now. It probably was good. I didn't pick. Titans beat Seahawks 33-27.
Listen,
this team is not good. The Legion of Boom is the Legion of Bing. Again, it ain't really doing that right now.
The Seahawks made really yesterday. That run by DeMarco Murray. They're gonna go back and look at that run. I would have. That's not a good day to be in film. Everybody was running away from DeMarco Murray. Nobody tried to go tackle him.
I'm gonna tell you like this. This is what, unfortunately, the Seahawks gonna have to deal with Earl Thomas. Earl is shook. He had that injury last year. He thought he was done.
Right.
He ain't gonna make them hits like he used to.
Right.
Because
clearly,
when you take a hit, like you saw him, he was one of the main ones going backwards.
But what was Cam Chancellor on the play? Maybe he got caught up in the line somewhere. And Seahawks fans, don't get mad at me. And I said this when they paid Cam Chancellor. Right. That was a sticky situation right there. Because as physical as Cam.
Every time he'll knock himself out the game.
Knock himself out the game.
About 4-5 years later, they were like, we don't need him no more. He's in the league.
Yeah. Nah, Willie Moe doing TV. Yeah. Radio.
You knock yourself crazy.
Yeah. Willie Moe.
Real quick, Packers Bengals.
Hey man, they gonna fire Marvin, man. I like Marvin, man. I like Marvin.
We come back, man. We're gonna jump into the recap. We got 3 more games. We're gonna do it in the recap. So stay with us, Sister Crush.
They go out there bringing out stats. Now Cam is a career 50%.
Hey Mason, do me a favor. Can you go into my office and there's a little black case and there's a battery in there. I need a battery. You see it? Nah, the 9. Yeah.
Go there for that sound.
All right, thanks.
Remember you tell them now, you stick your tongue on your desk. I want to put some song on
do it like I'm a dummy. Every time I see it.
Juju.
Every time.
For America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers. People who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
And so a new American industry has been born.
Sensation Station Network.
Going to this Crush Recap brought to you by
Blunt Power.
With Blunt Power, 3 sprays last for days. You can find out more about
Blunt Power.
Go to their website, bluntpower.com, or their Facebook and or Twitter page at Blunt Power. Real quick, make sure let's run through these 3 games. I want to give you a few minutes for your last game. Chiefs-Chargers, 24-10. Chiefs, kind of expected. Chiefs are really balling right now. Kareem Hunt is on fire right now. You got him as your fantasy.
Yep.
You smart.
Well, I'm smart now. I wasn't smart week 1 because I showed in playing.
I'm sure a lot of people are like, man, I just picked the kid. Let's see what he do. But he is a beast right now from Toledo. Redskins, Raiders. Redskins, I lost this game. I did lose this game. This was one of the 2 games I picked. I picked the Raiders. I thought they could travel on the road.
But you know what's crazy? Erica theory actually kind of really works. Teams flying cross country.
They do.
That really, that's something I just really started thinking about again. The Raiders just didn't, they look very average.
Yeah. And
they look very average.
I mean, that's 4 hours. You losing 4 hours.
Marshawn got his chest ran up in.
Yeah, he stayed on sideline a little while crying. He ain't danced this week.
Come on, beast mode.
Yeah. I think that was a little signal. Hey, you dance this week.
Yeah.
Last night, man, Cowboys, 28. Cardinals, 17. I did get to look at some of the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw 2 things that we talked about the week before.
Right.
Running downhill.
And
you kept saying, he going in motion. I think they must have heard us. Why do you got a guy who as big as Dez, because Julio does it all the time. He runs in motion. He runs them little shallows.
Yeah.
And he gets the ball, and you let the body work.
You get him a cleaner release. Stop letting him fight and get bullied over there at the line. Move him around.
When they put when the Broncos said, we'll put our 3rd string on you because you ain't doing number 1 route, buddy.
Right.
They said,
and
no.
let him fight you over there.
And when I started seeing Dak up on the center, he was running downhill.
Yeah. And, dog, Carson Palmer is a statue.
Yeah.
Go get him.
I had to give y'all credit, though. That kid, number 90, is a beast over there.
Lawrence
need that check, though. This is
that
contract.
What is a contract year, but again, we're missing 2 defensive linemen because of suspension. They have 1 more week, and then they'll be back. So we'll be a different team.
So that's this week's games, guys.
Bobby, Dez did what dogs do last night. Yeah, I give Dez a hard time, y'all. That's because I want the best for this guy.
That's what it is, man.
That's all. I only want the best for him.
That's what I only want for him.
Yeah.
Real quick, make sure give you 2 quick games of this week. Chicago Green Bay this week, the Thursday night game. Not bad. What you thinking?
Who?
Chicago Green Bay. Going to Green Bay.
Green Bay. Yeah. Green Bay.
Maybe Oakland going to Denver.
Ooh. Going Oakland.
Yeah. And last but not least, man, the Sunday night game. No, never mind. That Sunday game ain't too good. Thank you, man, for a great show.
Oh, man. No doubt.
Thanks to Brandon. Thanks for coming in, brother, and answering these questions,
Rev,
man.
stop hating, Rev. Can't be a hater all your life, man.
Thank you, Erica. Appreciate that. The Falcons report. Dirty Bird report.
Study Bird Report.
Thank you, Prime.
All right, guy.
Thank you, Darius. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.